One day, you will wake up and realize that life was never asking you to be perfect. It was asking you to be responsible. Responsible for your choices, responsible for your actions, responsible for the direction of your life. And the question is, are you willing to accept that responsibility? Or will you continue waiting for someone else to save you? Think about it. How many times have you blamed your circumstances? How many times have you blamed bad luck? How many times have you said, if only things were different? If only people understood me? If only I had more opportunities? But what if the greatest prison is not your situation? What if the greatest prison is the story you keep telling yourself? Because the truth is simple. Your life changes when you stop focusing on what you cannot control and start taking ownership of what you can. Today, I want to share a message that can change the way you see yourself forever. A message about responsibility, a message about growth, a message about becoming stronger than your excuses. And while you listen, remember something important. You are also improving your English. Every sentence you hear, every word you understand, every idea you follow is making you better. So listen carefully, listen deeply, because this lesson is about much more than English. It is about your life. Lesson 1. Stop waiting for someone to fix your life. Many people spend years waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for better conditions, waiting for permission. And while they wait, life keeps moving. Days become months, months become years, years become regret. Maybe you know this feeling. Maybe there is something you want to do, a dream, a goal, a skill, a new future. But you keep saying, one day I will start. One day I will change. One day I will become the person I want to be. But one day is a dangerous place because many people live there forever. The truth is, nobody is coming. Nobody is arriving with a perfect plan. Nobody is bringing confidence to your front door. Nobody is going to wake up and magically transform your life. You must do it. You. And yes, that sounds scary. But it is also powerful, because if nobody is coming, then you do not need to wait. You can begin today. You can begin with one small step, one decision, one action, one promise to yourself. Think about learning English. Many people wait until they feel confident before speaking. But confidence does not come first. Action comes first. The person who speaks imperfect English every day will always improve faster than the person who waits for perfection. The same is true for life. You become confident by acting, not by waiting. So ask yourself, what am I waiting for? And more importantly, why? Lesson 2. Your problems are not your fault, but they are your responsibility. This lesson is difficult, very difficult, because life is not always fair. Some people grow up with support, others grow up with pain. Some people receive opportunities, others face obstacles every day. Maybe someone hurt you, maybe someone disappointed you. Maybe life gave you challenges you never asked for, and that is real. That matters. But there is another truth, a truth that can set you free. You may not be responsible for what happened to you, but you are responsible for what happens next. Read that again in your mind. You are responsible for what happens next. You cannot control the past. You cannot rewrite yesterday. But you can decide what to do today. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack. Inside are old mistakes, old failures, old regrets, old disappointments. Many people carry that backpack for years. They become tired, angry, bitter. They blame the weight. But eventually, Someone must decide to put the backpack down. Someone must choose a different path. That someone is you. And yes, it is difficult. Growth is difficult. Responsibility is difficult. But remaining stuck is difficult too. Choose your difficult. While you listen to this message, you are training something important. Not only your English, you are training your mind. You are teaching yourself to focus, to learn, to grow, to stay patient with the process. And that matters. Because every great transformation begins with patience. The same way English improves one conversation at a time. Life improves one decision at a time. Small actions, repeated daily. That is how futures are built. Not through magic, not through luck, through responsibility. Lesson 3. Stop asking, who is to blame? Start asking, what can I do? This question can change everything. Imagine two people facing the same problem. The first person spends all day asking, whose fault is this? The second person asks, what can I do now? Which person grows? Which person moves forward? Which person becomes stronger? The answer is obvious. Blame feels powerful for a moment. Responsibility creates power for a lifetime. When you blame, you give away control. When you take responsibility, you take back control. And control is where confidence lives. Not perfect circumstances. Not perfect conditions. Control. The ability to say, I cannot control everything, but I can control my next step. That sentence can change a life. And maybe today, your next step is simple. Maybe it is practicing English for 10 minutes. Maybe it is reading one page. Maybe it is exercising. Maybe it is making a difficult phone call. Maybe it is finally beginning something you have postponed for years. Do not underestimate small actions. A mountain is climbed one step at a time. A language is learned one word at a time. A better life is built one decision at a time. Lesson 4. You become what you practice every day. You are practicing something. You are either practicing courage or practicing fear. Practicing discipline or practicing excuses. Practicing growth or practicing avoidance. The question is not whether you are practicing. The question is, what are you practicing? Think about English again. You do not become fluent by wishing. You become fluent by practicing. You listen, you repeat, you make mistakes, you improve, then you repeat the process again. Life works the same way. The person you become tomorrow depends on what you practice today. So practice courage, practice honesty, practice responsibility, practice showing up even when you do not feel ready. Because readiness is often an illusion. Most successful people were not ready. They simply started, and then they learned along the way. Lesson 5. Failure is not the enemy. Let me ask you something. What if failure is not the thing destroying your future? What if avoiding failure is what is destroying your future? Think about that. Most people are not afraid of failure. They're afraid of feeling embarrassed. They're afraid of looking foolish. They're afraid of being judged. So they stay silent. They stay comfortable. They stay where it feels safe. And years later, they wonder why nothing changed. But every person you admire has failed. Every successful entrepreneur, every athlete, every musician, every great speaker, every person who learned a new language. Failure was part of their story, not the end of it. The person who succeeds is not the person who never falls. The person who succeeds is the person who keeps getting up, again, and again, and again. Think about your English journey. Have you ever mispronounced a word? Have you ever forgotten vocabulary? Have you ever felt nervous speaking English? Good. That means you are learning. That means you are trying. That means you are moving forward. Mistakes are evidence of growth. Mistakes are proof that you are practicing. The person who never makes mistakes usually never tries anything difficult. So stop being ashamed of your failures. Your failures are teachers. Your failures are training. Your failures are preparing you. Honor. Lesson 6. The story you tell yourself matters every day. You are telling yourself a story. Maybe the story sounds like this. I'm not smart enough. I'm too old. I'm too late. I always fail. I could never do that. The problem is, when you repeat a story long enough, you begin to believe it. And when you believe it, you start acting like it is true. Imagine carrying around a pair of glasses, but the lenses are dirty. Everything you see becomes distorted, not because reality is distorted, but because your lens is. Many people are living through dirty lenses. They see every setback as proof they are weak, every mistake as proof they are incapable, every challenge as proof they should quit. But what if you change the story? What if instead of saying, I failed, you said, I learned? What if instead of saying, I am bad at English, you said, I am improving my English every day? What if instead of saying, I can't, you said, I can't yet? One word, yet. That word changes everything. Because yet creates possibility. Yet keeps the door open. Yet reminds you that growth is still happening. The story you tell yourself today will shape the person you become tomorrow. Choose that story carefully. Lesson 7. Confidence comes after courage. Many people believe confidence comes first. It doesn't. Confidence comes later. Courage comes first. The first person to speak English in a conversation is rarely confident. The first person to start a business is rarely confident. The first person to stand on a stage is rarely confident. The first person to change their life is rarely confident. They are scared. They are nervous. They are uncertain. But they act anyway. That is courage. And every courageous action deposits something valuable into your mind. Evidence. Evidence that you can handle difficult things. Evidence that you can survive discomfort. Evidence that you are stronger than you thought. Eventually, that evidence becomes confidence. Not fake confidence. Not motivational quote confidence. Real confidence. Confidence earned through action. You want confidence? Take action. You want belief? Take action. You want a better future? Take action. Action first. Confidence second. Always. Lesson 8. Your future self is watching. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself 5 years from now. Who do you see? Do you see someone stronger, healthier, more disciplined, more confident, speaking English fluently, living a bigger life? Now ask yourself something important. What does that future version of you need from you today? Because your future self is not created by luck. Your future self is created by today's decisions. Every habit matters. Every action matters. Every choice matters. The future is being built right now, in this moment, with this decision, with this hour, with this day. The person you become is hidden inside the things you repeatedly do. That is why small actions matter so much. They seem small today, but over months and years, they become your identity. The emotional climax. Listen carefully. This may be the most important thing you hear today. You do not need to be perfect. You never did. You do not need to have all the answers. You never will. You do not need to know exactly how everything will work out. Nobody does. You only need to keep moving. One step, then another, then another. That is how every mountain is climbed. That is how every dream is built. That is how every language is learned. That is how every life changes. One step at a time. The world will try to convince you that success happens overnight. It doesn't. What you see is the result. You do not see the years of effort, the years of mistakes, the years of failures, the years of doubt, the years of persistence. Behind every success story, there is a story nobody talks about. A story of struggle, a story of perseverance, a story of refusing to quit. And that story can become your story too. 5 daily actions to build a stronger life. Action 1. Do one difficult thing every day. Something small, something uncomfortable. Train your courage. Action 2. Spend at least 15 minutes improving yourself. Read, learn, practice, grow. Action 3. Practice English every day. Listen, repeat, speak. Do not worry about perfection. Focus on consistency. Action 4. Keep promises to yourself. Start small. If you say you will do something, do it. Self-respect grows from self-trust. Action 5. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I move forward today? Not perfect, not extraordinary, just forward. That is enough. A message to every English learner. If English is difficult for you, do not quit. Do not compare yourself to others. Do not let embarrassment stop you. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker was once nervous. Every expert was once inexperienced. You are improving right now, by listening, by learning, by staying consistent. And one day, you will look back and realize something amazing. The English that feels difficult today will feel natural. The words that feel unfamiliar today will become familiar. The confidence you wish you had today will become your reality. Keep going. If this message inspired you, subscribe to the channel. Join this community. Leave a comment below and tell us, what is one thing you will take responsibility for today? One action, one commitment, one step forward. Write it down. Make it real. And if this message helped your English, come back tomorrow. Practice again. Growth happens through repetition. Final closing, my friend. The truth is that life will never become easier because you wait. Life becomes better because you grow. The challenges will come. The setbacks will come. The failures will come. The disappointments will come. That is part of being human. But so is resilience. So is courage. So is growth. So is transformation. You are stronger than you think. Not because life is easy, but because you have survived every difficult day so far. Think about that. Every painful moment, every setback, every disappointment, every challenge. You are still here, still breathing, still learning, still growing, still moving forward. There is power in that. There is greatness in that. There is hope in that. Maybe nobody told you this recently. But I believe in your ability to change. I believe in your ability to learn. I believe in your ability to grow. I believe in your ability to create a better future. Not because you are special, not because you are lucky, but because you are capable. And capability grows through effort. Capability grows through practice. Capability grows through persistence. Every day you continue. You become stronger. Every day you learn. You become wiser. Every day you practice English. You become more confident. Every day you refuse to quit. You become the kind of person who eventually succeeds. Remember this. Your life is not decided in one dramatic moment. Your life is decided in ordinary moments. The moments when nobody is watching. The moments when you choose discipline over excuses. The moments when you choose action over fear. the moments when you choose growth over comfort. Those moments matter. Those moments build your future. And one day, years from now, you will look back at the person you are today. You will remember the doubts. You will remember the fears. You will remember the uncertainty. And you will smile because you kept going, because you did not quit, because you took responsibility, because you learned from failure, because you became stronger. And because of that, a different future became possible. So when this video ends, do not just feel inspired. Act. Take one step. Send one message. Learn one lesson. Practice one conversation. Read one page. Start one habit. Take one action. Because action changes lives. Not intention. Not wishing. Not waiting. Action. The future version of you is waiting. The stronger version. The wiser version. The more confident version. The version who speaks English with confidence. The version who overcame obstacles. The version who refused to give up. That person is not far away. That person is being built right now. With today's choices, with today's actions, with today's effort. So stand up. Take responsibility. Accept the challenge. Embrace the struggle. Learn from failure. Trust the process. Keep moving. Keep growing. Keep learning. And never forget, the life you want is created one decision at a time. Your future is watching. Make it proud.